Whether you're new to Aerospike or a seasoned pro, deploying Aerospike in a Docker container makes setting up a database fast and simple. Aerospike provides an Enterprise Edition image on Docker Hub. Only a feature key is needed to get up and running. If a feature key has not yet been acquired, sign up for an Enterprise Edition evaluation by navigating to aerospike.com, clicking Try Now, and filling out a short form. Check for a confirmation email and download the feature key. This file provides a full-featured single-node license that doesn't expire. Since this setup is happening in a Docker container, Docker Desktop needs to be installed and running. If that hasn't been done yet, navigate to docker.com and download and install Docker Desktop. From here on, the rest of the setup will take place in the terminal and Docker Desktop. First, the feature key file needs a home. Start by creating a directory where the feature key file will be stored. This directory will be mounted to the Docker container in a little while. I will be creating this directory at the root with a final path of opt/aerospike/etc. You may create this directory wherever you like, though be aware it will be exposed to the container. Now that the directory for the feature key has been created, copy the file into it. The file that I am using happens to be in the downloads directory and is called evaluationfeatures.conf. Update the path and file name as necessary if the file you are using is stored in another location or named differently. Next, open the Docker Desktop to give it file sharing permissions on the new directory. Once in Docker, head over to Preferences, Resources, File Sharing, and click the plus sign and navigate to the new directory. The path I used is hidden by default. Command-Shift-period will make it visible. You will need to navigate to the path that you created if different from mine. Click Open, then Apply and Restart. Going back to the terminal, use the Docker pull command to get the latest Aerospike Enterprise Edition image. This may take a few moments to download. With the latest image pulled, use the Docker run command to create the container. The full command will run the Aerospike daemon with all the exposed ports forwarded to the host machine. The v volume option is used to mount the new directory and map it to where Aerospike expects to see the feature key. The feature key file environment variable places the feature key location and name into the default configuration file when the container is created. We'll also use the NAMESPACE environment variable to define the name of the default namespace. Once the container has been created, Docker returns the container ID. Using the docker ps command, verify the container is running. With the server now running, test things out by inserting and retrieving some data. Pull the latest image of Aerospike tools from Docker and use the docker run command to spin up the container in order to use AQL, a command line interface with text-based data browsing capability. To connect the tools container to the enterprise server, nest the docker inspect command to fetch the IP address of the server. From the AQL prompt, insert data into the database, then view it. Now that the database is up and running, grab the client of your liking and start developing.